Shalom and welcome to 2 Minutes of Torah. This year is entitled Jews and Arabs by the Numbers. An amazing article Dr. Guy Bahor wrote recently in November 2017 about the demographic threat that many have spoken about over the last 60, 70 years of the Jewish state, and especially after 67, when we conquered Yehuda, Sharon, Gaza. So if we don't do something quick, we don't have a two-state solution, then they're going to overtake the country. Always those demographic threats. Meir Kahane always said years ago that the numbers are off. But the bottom line is now there's no teacher like hindsight. And Dr. Bahor, according to his analysis, has some incredible statistics about the birth rate of the Jews versus the birth rate of the Muslims, and where we were, where we are, and where we're heading. And here are the numbers according to Professor Dr. Guy Bahor. Here's what he writes, and the person can subscribe to G Planet to get more of his articles. And here's what he says. These are some of the numbers that he offers in this incredible topic, which really is a crucial issue regarding the future of the Jewish state, and those who say that we have to have a two-state solution, otherwise they're going to overtake us, and we need to just divide and separate them from our numbers, etc. So for those who have the demographic time bomb and maintain that this is crucial, Dr. Geibel has a lot to say about this, and here are some of the facts. He says in 2016 something dramatic happened. There's 3.16 children were born to a Jewish mother, while 3.11 to an Arab mother, meaning there are more births per Jewish mother than per Arab mother. It's a very, very important piece of information. And he goes on, he says the following in his article. He says that the one Western country in the world that does not need to worry about the Muslims overtaking the country is Israel. This is what he says. This is fascinating. ההפך, אם המקום המערבי היחיד בעולם שבו מספר לידות לאים עולה כל הזמן, the one place where the Jewish birth rate is going up is 3.5 ילדים. And he says, in Europe, so here the Jewish birth rate is going up to 3.5. In Europe, it's between 1.1 and 1.4. So he says that Zoe Graf Madhim Shekmo Lokaim B'Shum Makom B'Olam. This does not exist anywhere in the world. Kloma Yisrael Hiya Medina Yechida B'Marav. It's the only Western country She'ein Alei Iyum Demografi Muslimi, where you don't have the fear of the demographic bomb. The only place, he says, everyone always talks about the demographic threat in Israel. Here, it's the exact opposite. He wants to say, here is the one place, while Europe is being overrun by the Islamic threat, here in Israel is the one place that's not happening. And he goes on. And you'll think, oh, it's because the Haredim have so many children. Baruch Hashem, the Haredim have plenty of children. He says, according to his statistics, that the Haredim amount is actually leveled out and even going down a bit. He says, no, the numbers are going up. The Zionists, the religious or irreligious Zionists, the typical Chiloni, Misorati, Tatilumi, those numbers are all moving up. And therefore, that is causing the 3.1, 3.2, soon going to be 3.5 children per mother. And he goes on and he says, Anu, Hofchim Lemdina, in terms of our sheer numbers, we're reaching a different level of country compared to other middle-sized countries, such as, we're not considered a tiny country anymore. B'li lagish, without even realizing, avarnu kvar b'mispar toshavim, Uruguay, we passed Uruguay, Ireland, Switzerland, Finland, Bulgaria. We're identical to the amount of Austria with 8.7 million people. This is in July, by July 2017. It's Austria. We're going to pass Austria, Sweden, Greece, and other places. Anachnu Medina. We're a Medina. We're not some fledgling country. We are a country that is growing and that is developing, and we're equal in size to other countries that are not considered to be tiny countries at all. And therefore, he gives a lot more information here, but we just quoted a few of the statistics. Therefore, he says that we are an amazing country, a growing country, and listen to how he finishes off his article. So Guy was a wonderful Jew. I don't know about him being an observant Jew. He certainly has a very Jewish heart and cares dearly about the Jewish people. And listen to how he finishes. He says this should not be surprising. This monumental growth, something that was just a dream. This is how he finishes off. This incredible meteoric growth, pre-Luda Yisraelit, is the Jewish from the Israeli people. Israel. The Judaism has certainly contributed so much to Israel, to the Jewish nation. Ach Yisrael, but the Jewish nation, the Jewish state, Toremet liyadut habeyote, has given so much to the Jews, to the Jewish values and idealism, to Yahadut. In other words, it's a symbiotic relationship. The Torah ideology has given so much to Israel, and Israel has given so much to the Torah as well. Everywhere else, the Jewish number is going down. But here the numbers are going up, and that's going to sustain the Jewish religion. Israel is clearly now the center of the Jewish people. And it's just a question of time where the majority of Jews will be here. Right now, we're the single largest Jewish community. We bypassed America a few years ago. So we're 6.3 million Jews, more than any other country. However, all the other countries in the world as of now, end of 2017, all the other countries compared to Israel are more than 6.3 million Jews. But it's just a matter of years before we will have the majority here. And Dr. Bechor writes, we didn't see this for 2,000 years, and really even more. In the Second Temple period, we probably never had the majority of Jews living in Israel. Could be the last time we had the majority of Jews living in Israel was not at the Chorban of the first temple, because already 10 tribes were exiled by Sancheriv over a century before that. So we're talking about 2,600 years ago that we had the majority of Jews living in Israel, and now that's happening again. And then he says, there shouldn't be such a wonder, shouldn't be such a surprise. And he quotes from the Pasuk, Ki rech avarechecha God says, I will go ahead and make you plentiful like the stars in the sky, and like the sand by the ocean. V'yirash zaracha, and your offspring are going to conquer and take over from Shar Oivav, from the nations. So these are the numbers. This is the story according to the numbers of the Jews and the Muslims in Israel, where the growth rate is phenomenal, larger than most countries, certainly in Europe and other places around the world. We're a vibrant country, a growing country, physically, spiritually, and as Dr. Behor says, exactly like the Pasuk, as it predicted 3,300 years ago. Shalom.